Hello, welcome to Bits and Biology. My name's Liz, and today I'm going to do a solo playthrough of Meadow. This is a 1 to 4 player game designed by Clemens Kaliki with artwork by Carolina Kayak and published in 2021 by Rebel Studio. Plays in about 60 to 90 minutes for the multiplayer game, a bit less than that for the solo game, somewhere in the vicinity of 35 to 45 minutes. In any case, let's go down to the table and see how it plays. Here we are, nearly set up for a solo game of Meadow. The premise of Meadow is that you are wandering the landscape and that you have a passion for discovering the mysteries of nature, as well as a desire to be noticed as the most skilled observer amongst your peers. This title is won by the player who earns the most points by observing animals, plants, and landscapes, as well as from souvenirs that you will gather during your trip. The competition also continues at the campfire, where players will race to fulfill their adventure's goals. Meadow is played in 6 to 8 rounds, depending on player count. And during each round, players take turns placing their path tokens to either select a card from the main board and then play a card from their hand to their tableau, or to visit the campfire board to do one of these 4 actions and optionally claim a goal that they have accomplished. So we'll set those goals up in a minute. Each player has either 4 or 5 path tokens, depending on player count. In a 1 to 3 player game, players use all 5 path tokens, and in a 4 player game, just 4 of these path tokens are used per player. So let's get set up on the main board. We have 4 decks. There's this north deck that I am going to set aside for now until the middle of the game when we reach this hourglass symbol. And we also have a west, a south, and an east deck. So we're going to take cards from the west deck and put them in this first column. We'll use cards from the south deck to fill the middle 2 columns. And we'll use cards from the east deck to fill this last column. We also need to choose some goals randomly. So these are our goal tiles. I'm just going to mix these up. These correspond to symbols that you can find in the top left of these cards on the board here. So let's see, we have a fungus, a fence, and a house. So we are looking for cards with a fungus, like this one here, mushrooms, and a fence, like this card has here, and then a house we don't have out yet, but it'll have that symbol there. Each player also starts with a starting ground card. This is 2-sided. So the significance of this is all of these cards that have this symbol in the bottom left corner, like all of the ones in the east, from the east deck over here, these are called ground cards. What we're going to be doing during the game is building up columns of cards, starting with the ground card. And as we go through the first round, I'll point out the rules for placing these cards. But every column will start with a ground card, and that symbol never gets covered up, whereas these symbols in the top left corner will get covered up as we build our columns. We put the hiker on the first stone here. Make sure we have our road tiles near the board somewhere. I've put them on the campfire board. Each player also gets a starting road tile. The solo game plays very similar to the multiplayer game, and in fact, from the player's standpoint, the actions are exactly the same as the multiplayer game. The solo AI is called Rival, and Rival is extremely easy to run. It's one of the easiest AIs that you'll encounter. Rival always goes first, and we take all of these path tokens from the other player colors that are not being used, and we're going to shuffle these up and stack them near our solo board. This is the solo AI board here. And then we will locate these circle tokens that these come in all 4 player colors, so you'll remove the one for the color that you're playing. So I'm playing purple, so I've removed that one. These are the other 3 colors. I'm just going to shake them up and sort of stack them up, and I'm going to place them in clockwise order, starting with the 3 o'clock position. So to start the game, the players, so even in a multiplayer game, will choose one of these rows of cards to start with. They do suggest that if it's your first game, that you just randomly take one card from each deck. But I'm going to select one of these rows, and then I will take the top card off the north deck. Well, this is tough. None of these rows are looking great for me. So let's take a look at the anatomy of one of these cards. We'll choose this one. And so the way that this works is the symbol in the very top left corner, the larger symbol, this is the symbol you gain when you play that card. We're going to use these symbols that are visible in our tableau. So let's say this was here. I would use that beetle to be able to pay the cost shown in smaller symbols below the larger symbols. So those are the cost to play the card into your tableau. So let's say that these are the cards in my hand. I have an amphibian, I have a flower, this is an adult insect, I'll probably just call it a beetle throughout the whole game. This is a ground card, so it has no cost. You can always play a ground card. So I would play that into my tableau after taking a card from the main board. And then this card actually wants two of those. You can see that by the symbols here, the small symbols. I'm going to ignore that for a moment and just pretend it needs one. So that would be played here. It has to be played on top of a card that has one of those symbols. And then that's a flower. If I wanted to play this beetle card, it requires a flower in order to be able to be played, so I would place that on top of the flower like so. Okay, I'm going to put these back to where I got them. Okay, and I'm trying to choose a row, and the trouble that I'm having is none of these rows are very complementary. They don't, for instance, this needs a flower. There's no flowers in this row. There's no trees in this row, and so on. If you look at each of the rows, that's true for each of them. So I guess I'm just going to go for one that has a bit of diversity, or that maybe needs something that I already have. So I can either use this side of my starting ground card to start, or I can use this side. And they differ in this symbol in the bottom left as well as this symbol in the top left. So here I have a larva and grass. And on the other side, I have leaf litter and a beetle. So these are the different habitats on the ground cards. Nothing needs grass, so I think I'm going to start on this side, which has a lovely picture of a dung beetle. I got to see a dung beetle out on the prairie one time, rolling up a little dung ball. All right, so we're going to start on that side, and I still have to pick. So now I'm going to pick largely based on both diversity and the points that are shown, and something that I can use relatively quickly. So let's go for this second row here. Now again, these cards aren't very complementary. I'm just going to keep my hand over here off to the side. It might get crowded later in the game with my tableau. And then I'm going to take a random north card and put that in my hand as well. I replace these cards. And so if I were playing a multiplayer game, I would replace these cards, and then the next player would choose their row of cards, and so on. Now the solo AI also starts with cards, so they take this top row of cards, so they're already starting with, these are the points here in the bottom right corner, 2, and then the bottom left corner of these cards, so 2, 4, they're starting with 5 points that I can see, but they also get a random north card, and I don't look at that one. So they're starting with at least 5 points, possibly as many as 9 points. So I'll keep those cards up above the solo AI player board, and then I'll replace the cards from that first row. So the solo AI always goes first every round, whereas in a multiplayer game, you would pass the first player marker, and this is the first player marker here. So in a multiplayer game, you would pass the first player marker at the start of each round when you move the hiker onto the next stone. So these stones keep track of our rounds as we go through the game. But the solo AI rival always goes first, and we're going to start by drawing the top path token off of their stack, and we turn it over, and we see that it's turquoise and it's a 3. So I come over here to the turquoise circle on this side of the player board over here, and this is a 3, and I look for the 3 on the solo AI board, and I see that this goes into this notch right here. This has a 3 on it, so I'm going to take the third card in, a whopping 2-pointer, and place it on Rival's stack of cards, and then that gets replaced right away. Had this had a question mark on it, kind of like this path token here, then I would have placed it into a slot on the campfire board, and it just takes up a space, but nothing happens. All right, my turn to pick a card. I'm looking for something that can use a beetle, or I guess I could always play this path card. I'd like to play a card on every turn. And so is there anything out here that requires a beetle? There is. Now it's only a 1-point card, and but it has a flower. Is there anything else out here that needs a flower? Well, I have something that needs a flower, so this is actually probably a pretty good card for me to take. So I can either use my 3 path token and place it here, or my 1 path token and place it here. And I think I'm going to place my 1 path token right here and take that card. I put this card in my hand, and then I can play any card from my hand, including the one that I just took, which is that what I'm going to do? Does anything else need a beetle? Because once I play this on top of here, that beetle gets covered up. So this mole right here actually does need a beetle and a larva. I don't have a larva, but I might get one. So I think what I'm going to do for now is just play it safe and play this ground card. Now, once I play cards out here to my tableau, they cannot be moved. Now I can shift these to the side and place more over on this side, more over on this side, but relative to each other, they must stay in the same position. Let me move these down a little bit. All right. So that was my action. Then we go to Rival, and they have a yellow 2, so that would be placed right here where I'm at. Since they can't go there because I'm already there, they go in the next space in clockwise order, which is right here, and they take this card here. So nice 2-point card for them, and we replace that card right away. All right, oops, and I forgot to replace my card. Okay, these cards, the artwork on these cards is just amazing, absolutely stunning. Love it. I'm not familiar with a lot of these animals are European animals, so we have counterparts here in the United States. I live in Colorado. So when I see something that I'm used to seeing, I'll try to make a note of it. So far we've got this beehive right here, so you can see the beehive in the background, and that's in a tree. That's in like a opening into a tree, probably where a knot used to be, and now it's been dug out by a different animal, perhaps a woodpecker, right? Over here we have a western honeybee, so that actually is something I've probably seen in my backyard. So we have a lot of native flowers planted in our backyard, and we see a lot of pollinators. So those are things that we've definitely seen. And we do actually see rabbits all the time, although it doesn't look like this particular species. So this game comes with this lovely card index. So I could look up to see what species this is. There's a number over here on the card, and this says B13. So I look that up in this book, and I see that that is a European rabbit. And it even tells you something about that species. It says rabbits dig underground tunnels where they nest and hide from threats. So I love this card index, and I'll probably refer to it a few times throughout the game. Also to notice while we're looking at what they provide. So this is in the rule book. If we turn it over and look at the back side, we actually have the number of symbols in each particular deck. So we have east, west, south, north. We have the symbols across the top here. And then this tells you, according to the color of that deck, how many of that symbol are in each deck. So either 1 to 2 if it's in red, 3 to 4 if it is in gold or yellow or orange, whatever you want to call that, and then 5 or more if it's in green. And so this comes in really handy when you're trying to plan ahead, actually. It also has a nice summary of the actions that occur on a player turn, so that's very handy to have nearby. All right, so back to my turn, stalling for time. Let's see, I have an amphibian and a beetle. And I'm also trying to build up a diverse set of habitats. I can have up to 10 of these ground cards. I usually have somewhere in the vicinity of about 6 to 8. I should mention I've played this game, I think I've played it 6 times now. Once I've played it with 2 players, and that was fantastic. It did take a little longer. It was the other person's first time playing the game, so I'd say it was probably close to an hour. My solo games tend to take probably between 35 to 45 minutes for the solo game. If you're really focused and not looking at the cards too much and the different species on the cards, you can probably knock out a solo game in about a half an hour. Okay, so anyway, back to I have a beetle, I have an amphibian. I might need, what do I need over here? I need a flower, I have a flower. I need a tree, a paw. I probably won't get this one for a while. I will talk about why in a minute. It does have some pretty steep requirements. Well, let's just talk about it now. So this wolf symbol in the top left, there's no card that requires that wolf symbol. So once you put this on a column, the only symbol that can be used to place a card on that column would be the ground symbol. So let's not worry about that one right now. So we have our flower taken care of. We do need a tree, and we need either a house or a fence. There are no houses out here. There are plenty of fences, but each of these fences requires either another fence or a house. So I need a tree. Let's take this card right there. Whoops, I need to place. So I can either take it with this 3 and put this down in this notch, or I can take it with this 4 over in this notch here. And I'm going to take it with this 4 in this notch here and take this tree, and I'm just going to play it right away into my tableau here. So you can see I have 2 of these ground symbols. There are some cards in the north deck, which will come out when we get to this hourglass symbol here on the round tracker. There are some cards that require 2 or double symbols. All right, it is now Rival's turn. So they have a red 3 that is going to go right here, and they take the 3rd card in. Luckily, it's only worth 1 point. So at the end of the game, we're going to compare our score to Rival's score and see who wins. I forgot to replace my card. I will probably do that several more times. Okay, oh, what a cool fungus that is. Now it's my turn. I do have a fungus, and I was noticing, oh, did Rival take? No, this card requires a fungus. I think there was another one that Rival just took, but all gone now. So that requires either a 3 or a 2 to get that card. And so let's see. I think I want to save my 3 to get either this card or this card maybe. So I'm going to use my 2 right here to take this card, this snail here, this garden snail probably. Replace that card. Oops, upside down. Oh, a nice 2-point berry card. That's lovely. So now I get to play a card from my hand. And I don't think, let's see, well, this beehive does require a tree, so I'm not so sure I want to cover that up yet. Might be time to cover up my beetle. The only reason I would still need a beetle is if I get that mole. I don't have anything that requires the amphibian. So if I want to play a card, it's got to either be this Venus flytrap here, or this, are those chanterelle mushrooms? Nope, not at all. These are honey fungus mushrooms. So I have to play one of those 2 things. I think a lot of things require beetles, although right now we have a lot of things that are requiring trees. So let's play the Venus flytrap and cover up our beetle. All these ground cards have larva symbols on them. That's unusual for them to all be the same. Okay, so we're going to play that Venus flytrap. Notice that it requires a beetle, so I'm playing it on the card with a beetle. I leave the ground symbol uncovered, but I cover up that beetle. All right, it is now Rival's turn. So it has a red 4. It's going to put here, and luckily this card is not worth any points, so yay. and replace another larva. Not useful. Okay, so I still have my 3, and this is a wild token, so I can use this as any number. So actually, you know what? Since rival, if it tries to go to a space that is already full, it goes to the next space in clockwise order. So if it tries to go anywhere over here, it's going to end up in that space. And I was eyeing that beehive over there. So I think I'm going to use my question mark, my wild token, and put it here and play it as a 2 and take this card here because it just requires a tree. And I have a tree. Unfortunately, if I cover up that tree, oh dear, maybe that's not what I want to do. Well, if I cover up that tree, I get a beetle, or I can cover up the tree and get a fungus, which would allow me to play that card. So I'm still going to keep this beehive for later, although I already have a bee. You know, I'm not going to get that card. Let's see. I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to use this 3 to come over here and take this beautiful butterfly right here. What kind of butterfly is that? The peacock butterfly. It says the peacock butterfly is one of the longest living butterflies. Wow, it can live up to 11 months, while most butterflies have a lifespan of about 2 to 3 weeks. This is possible due to the fact that the nymph, so it's juvenile stage, spends the winter in an adult form, not larval, as is the case with most butterflies. That's very interesting. So yeah, most butterflies only live 2 to 3 weeks. I just did the Mariposas playthrough where I talked about monarch butterflies. So the most generations live 2 to 6 weeks, but then there's that super generation that migrates south in the fall that lives 8 to 9 months. Quite incredible. All right, so I did this. I chose this one because it requires larva and grass, and there are plenty of larvae out here, so I can get one of those. Now it is rival's turn. They have a yellow 4 that wants to go right here, and they will take this card here, which is not worth any points, so that's great. And we get another grass, but this one has a beetle up in the corner. So now I can pretty much take any card I want that can be accessed from these 3 notches here. Oh dear, I think, did I skip one of Rival's turns? So this is always easy to tell. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, nope, this is my last turn. Right, okay. Let's see. Maybe I should get a ground card. I don't have a wetlands yet, and that would give me a larva, which would help me get that mole if I were to take it. So maybe I will go there and get this wetlands, because the rest of these are all grass. I already have, oh, I don't have grass. Actually, do I need grass? I do need grass. I thought I had grass, because that is the other side of this ground card, but I don't have any grass. So maybe I come here and I take this grass ground card that has the larva on it, and I'm just going to play that right away. All right, and I did that because one of my cards requires a larva and grass, and so it'll be played right there. This is rocks with a beetle up in the top left corner. And now that was the end of the round, so I'm going to move the hiker first so I don't forget, and collect my path tokens, and then collect Rival's path tokens. And you shuffle these every time. It would be nice if you just put them on the bottom of the stack, but you don't. You shuffle them every time, which is a pain in the butt. I might eventually just get a bag to be able to just draw these out of a bag, but I didn't set that up right now, so we're stuck with stacks. A stack. All right, make sure you can see that. All right, Rival always goes first. There's nothing else we need to do at the end of a round. So Rival goes first and gets a turquoise 1, which wants to go right here, and they take these rocks. I was thinking of those. At least they're not worth any points, so that's great. Here we have, now they call this sand in the, I tend to call it hills because that's what it looks like, but I'll try and remember to call it sand. So we have this sand habitat, and now it's my turn, and I think, Yep, I'm going to go for that mole over here. So I can either use a 2 or a 3, and I think I'm going to use the 3 to get that mole from here. And take that and put it into my hand over here, which is getting quite full. Did I not play a card at some point? I should have 5 cards over here. I think I forgot to play a card at some point. No, there's 5. When I play that, I'll have 6 cards. Did I take an extra card at some point? I must have taken an extra card at some point. Huh. Well, I don't want to cheat. I don't know which one I took that was extra. It was probably because I'm talking too much. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to not take that mole right now. And let's see. I guess we'll just randomly give up one of these. I'm not going to give up the question mark. Oops. So my solution to my accidental cheating. This is the danger of playing solo, folks. Accidentally cheating. I should have 5 cards here after I play one into my tableau. Oh, whoops, I want to take one of these randomly and place it. I'll just place it here. If I had a die, I would roll the die. Well, actually, I do have a die. So let's see. We'll just add the 2 things together. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll put it right here. Okay, well, there's my solution to my random cheating earlier. If we were doing a live playthrough, which I will do as soon as I have enough subscribers, I'll do live playthroughs, which means I'll have to figure out that technology, but that'll be kind of fun. But then you can yell at me when I do stuff like that. Okay, so I'm still going to play a card, so I'm back down to my 5 that I should have. There's only 1 card here that requires a tree, so I will place my fungus on top of the tree. All right. It is now Rival's turn. They have a red 3, so they want to go right here and take this fungus, this cool looking fungus. And we replace that card with a blackbird. Okay, and now it is my turn. Well, I'm going to go back to my original plan and go for that mole right here and add this to my hand. So now I'm going to play nothing else. Oh, wait, this one needs a fungus. This one needs a fungus. It's the only one that needs a fungus. It gives me an amphibian, which I don't really need right now. This one uses my flower. It's the only one that needs a flower. If I look out here, there's nothing really that needs a flower, so I'm okay covering that up for now. It gives me a beetle, which they often come in handy. Okay, so I'm going to play that one. Replace this card. Oh, that's a beautiful butterfly. It looks like a skipper. Okay, and now it's Rival's turn. They have a yellow 4, which wants to go here. And great, a card worth no points. We always like that when Rival gets no points. Oh, look, that tree. I think I need that tree. No, I don't. I don't need that tree. All right, my turn. So I think I'm going to take another ground card. So my choices, since this column is already taken and these 2 are already taken, are one of these 2. So I don't have wetlands yet, so I'm going to use my 1 to take this wetlands. It gives me a tree, and I may as well just play that right away. All right. Now it is Rival's turn. They got a question mark, so this just goes right up here into the campfire, and they don't get any cards, and that's it. I forgot to replace this one with grass and another larva. My turn, so I've got both this 4 and this question mark. Maybe I'll use the 4 to get that landscape card. Or I could use the 4 to get that beehive. I'm going to get that landscape card, this one right here, and I'm actually going to play that right away. It doesn't have any requirements except having a road, and I'm just going to put that up here, and I'll add more coming down this way. All right, replace that card. Oh, look, a 3-point souvenir. That's a wreath. That's really beautiful, and worth 3 points. Rival's turn. They get a red 4, which wants to go here, so it's going to come up here and take this ground card here. Again, not worth any points, so yay. Gives us a little bit more of a fighting chance. And my last one has a question mark. I like to save this till last because you have limited number of spots you can go. So let's see. I think I'm going to take that 3-point souvenir. It requires us to have a landscape card, which is what we'll play it on, and a flower, which we don't have yet, but I covered up my flower. Maybe I don't take that one. Maybe I don't take that one. Let's not take that one because we don't have a flower. There's no flowers out here. Don't know how long it'll be till I get one. But I do have a tree, so I will take this beehive that I've been eyeing for a while. And let's see. That requires a larva and a beetle. And I have another beetle here that I'll be getting in shortly. So I'm going to cover up that beetle with that mole that requires a larva, which I have here, and a beetle, which I have here. So I could play it either here or here. So I'll play it over here, replace that card. Another beautiful butterfly. That's it. We've each taken our 5 turns. And so we move the hiker 1. We're going into round 3. Collect rivals tokens and shuffle those. And collect my tokens. Make sure you can see those. Oh, and wait, we didn't. Now we have to shuffle. We have to shuffle rival all over again. I forgot to take that path token from the campfire. All right, so rival always goes first, so they will place this right up here and take this trellis, flower trellis. And I will, replace this. Oh, a 3-point landscape card requires a house and a bird, neither of which I have. Can I get those? There's a bird right there. It's only worth 1 point, but it is a bird. And it also requires a house. There's no flower out here yet, and there's no house out here yet, so I don't want to jump on those just quite yet. This butterfly requires a larva, but then so does this butterfly, so that's not great. That bird requires a beetle, and it gives me a bird symbol, which is required for those berries. So maybe we do that. I don't like taking the 1-point cards, but sometimes you have to. So, so this requires a 2 here, a 2 here, or a 3 here. I'm just going to put a 2 here. And take that bird, and I will play this beetle, I'll play this beehive that's going to give me a beetle symbol, play it on this tree. And now it is rival's turn. They have a yellow 4. That's going to go right here. And yay, another one worth no points. Woohoo! Okay, replace that card. And my turn, so whoops, didn't replace that card. Oh, that's a beautiful spider. I saw one of these in our garden last summer. That is a goldenrod crab spider. It says the goldenrod crab spider can adjust its color to the flower on which it is waiting for its victim. It does not weave a web, but jumps at its victims by surprise, paralyzing them and injecting venom. When I saw it last summer, I think it was on a purple coneflower maybe, but in the middle part where the pollen is. All right, so it is my turn. What am I thinking? Do I need anything over here? I have the beetle, I have the fungus, I have a larva. This needs a house. There's no houses out there yet. This needs a house or a fence. There are fences out here, but all the fences require houses, so there's 2 of them. So we won't worry about that right now. So maybe we should focus on a ground card for a habitat we don't have. Is there one of those? Nope. So let's not worry about that. Let's take this card. It's only worth 1 point. There is another wetlands that I could take to be able to get those berries. Or these berries require a bird. Do I have a bird? I do have a bird. Let's do that. Let's put a 3 here and take these berries that require a bird because I have a bird that I will play eventually. And now I will play a card. I'm going to play this bird on this beetle here. So this is a blackbird card. I think it's a common blackbird maybe. European species. All right. And now it is rival's turn. They get a red 1. Oh, that wants to go here, so we go to the next one in clockwise order, and that's going to be this one here. So they take this card. Ah, yay, not worth any points. Woohoo! Ooh, rocks, I want those. Forgot to replace that. Oh, look, it's a wild boar, wild pig. Scrofa. That's where our pigs come from. They were domesticated from that species. I think I want those rocks. That's the first time I've seen the rocks. So I'm going to put my 4 over here and take those rocks and just play them right away. I like to just play the ground cards right away. So you have them. So I've already got 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm allowed 10. I don't really want many more than somewhere between 6 and 8. Okay, play that there. Oh, that gives me a fungus, which I do need. Oh, but I have. Okay. Now it is rival's turn, right? I've got 3 tokens out. They've got 3 tokens out. They always go first. So yellow 3 goes there. They're going to take this 1-point card. And my turn. So I have a 1 and my wild token. That requires 2 trees. That's not great. That needs a house. Man, we haven't seen any houses yet. That requires a house. I already have 2 of these, so maybe I want to go to the campfire. I don't have... Oh, man. I need a house because that's one of my goals, and fence is one of my goals. I have a fence, but it requires either a house or a fence. Both of these fences require a house. We really need a house. I don't like going to the campfire board when I can't fulfill a goal, but, you know, sometimes you have to. So this token here is going to allow me to take any card from the main board. However, I cannot play a card after that, so that's unfortunate. I could always go here to the bench and then just play a card without taking a card, but I think I would rather just take my choice of cards from over here. And this spider requires a butterfly, and I'm going to have a butterfly soon. Or that butterfly requires a larva and leaf litter, which I do have. I have 2 larvae. Actually, why don't we do that? I'll take that one there. Okay, so I'm taking this 2-point butterfly here. And then I don't get to play a card, so now I'm up to 6 cards in my hand. Replace this card. Oh, look at that beautiful snake. What kind of snake is that? European viper. Ooh, wouldn't want to run into it, I don't think. Vipers, as a rule, do not attack people. So they bite as a last resort when there is no way to escape. So don't corner one. They are useful to humans, often eating animals considered to be pests, like mice that get into your house, maybe. So now it is rival's turn, their last turn. They get a question mark. That's going to go here on the campfire board. I have my question mark, which is going to let me take one of these. That one's a house. That one's a flower. I don't have a flower. Oh, rival must have taken that. Oh, no, I already covered it up. I think I will take that viper, European viper, because it has choices. So either a small mammal or a bird, both of which I actually have, and a beetle or an amphibian, a frog. So I have an amphibian right here. So I'm going to take that and then play a card from my hand. I will play this butterfly. Let's play it right here. Doesn't really matter to me right now. Replace that card. Oh, there's a flower, but it requires 2 rock, and we haven't seen another rock come out, and I only have 1. That was the last turn of the round, so now we are on the hourglass. So I'll show you what happens there. First, let's pick up all of our path tokens. All right, so now that we are on this hourglass symbol, we are actually going to remove all the cards from the board and put them back in their respective decks, supposedly randomly, but we're not going to I don't think we'll reach the end of these decks. We just put them on the bottom. All the south cards, we won't see those again. So we don't really have to care about that. We are going to replace this south deck with this north deck, which I shuffled before the game, and then get rid of these east cards. Maybe I'll see some rocks. Let's see, mix those up a little bit just in case we get to the bottom of the east deck, but I'm pretty sure we won't. All right, and then we replace the cards on the board, following the same pattern as before. So this left column gets all west cards. Ooh, look at all this, 2 landscape cards and 2 souvenir cards, but no houses. Ugh. 4-point badger, 3-point squirrel. Look at those little tufts on its ears. 3-point starling. Ooh, looks like a bobcat or a lynx. I'm not sure. 4 points. Those are the highest points you can get on a card. Looks like a peregrine falcon. Hawk moth, or hummingbird moth. Hummingbird moth. Oh, landscape. No, I'm sorry, a souvenir card. Those are unusual there, but 4 points. Ooh, look at that little, that looks like another little falcon. Our east card, so we've got sand, leaf litter, more leaf litter, and wetland. All right, and rival always goes first. So we are here, we're in round 4 now. They get a turquoise 4, which goes here. They take this 2-point card. And my turn. I would like to get one of those 4-point cards. So let's see if I have the requirements for any of them. Oh, let's replace that. There. Look, it wants a house. We need a house. That one wants berries. Okay, but anyway, this one wants a small mammal, which we have, a beetle, which we could have if we would ever get a house. And there's no, oh, but there's a beetle out here. And it wants berries, which we do have. We haven't played yet. And then this 4-point wants fungus and berries. That's actually easier for us to do. So, oh, whoops, got to place my, will I use my 2 or my 3? I'm going to use my 3. No, I'll use the 2. Okay. We'll use the 2 and take this souvenir card. And let's see, I can't play it right away, but I need berries for it. So let's play our berries. Let's see, they want a bird, so I will place them on this bird right here. All right. So on my next turn, I could play this quickly before I cover up my fungus and my berries. All right, replace that card. And now it is rival's turn. Yellow 4 wants to go here, and yay, card worth no points. Ooh. All right, and my turn. So let's see. Berries, tree, and fungus. Tree, I don't have a tree. There's a tree there I could get, and I was thinking of getting another one of these leaf litters so that I would have 2 of them down here. Do I have all the habitats? I do have all the habitats. Let's do that. Let's get that tree. I don't think there's another way for me to get tree. Let's grab that 4-pointer first before rival does. We can use our 4 to get that and grab that. And let's see, we're going to play this souvenir card. So it requires a landscape card, berries, and a fungus, mushroom. So we'll play that right there. And we leave the points uncovered, but we're covering up that landscape icon. So we can only play 1 souvenir per landscape. And 1 landscape, whoops, this should be turned over, 1 landscape per road. All right, it is rival's turn. Let's replace that card. They got a red 1. That's going to come up here and take this 3-pointer. Replace that card. No houses. Oh, hey, there's a house there. Oh, it wants stone. We don't have another stone, but that is the first house we have seen. We can use 2 cards to pay for a missing symbol as long as we have at least one of the symbols that's required. So you can't make it so that you don't have to have any symbols. So I can't get that right now because I can't come in from these sides and I can't come in down here, but I might be looking to get it next. So maybe, let's see, what do I need? I've got berries. If I ever get a house, I'll have a beetle. So that I'm going to put down here. Let's make sure you can see that. Here we go. That requires a house, so I'll house stuff over here. This one requires an amphibian and a pie. I could play that one. This one requires a larva and grass. I could play that one. This is going to help me decide where I go out here. And this requires fungus, which I do have. So I can play any one of these 3 cards. So what card do I want to take? I don't have a flower. Where's another 4-point card? I think we already said that one I don't have what it takes. Well, maybe a 3-point card. This one wants a butterfly and a beetle. Let's do that. We'll use our 3, come in from over here on the right-hand side, because that's going to give us another small mammal, and maybe we can get this cat over here, wild cat. So we're going to play that there. So I do need my butterfly. So we're going to cover that up. Because the butterfly wants grass and it wants larva. They're both there, but I only need to play it where one is. We'll just play it there and replace that card. Ooh, look, a 4-point landscape. And haha, it wants 2 houses. Fat chance, the way we're going. Anyway, Rival's turn. Rival got a turquoise 2. So that wants to go here, but it can't, so it comes here and takes this falcon here. 3-pointer. Makes up for all its 0-pointers, right? Oh, there's one I could get if I got a tree, which is not possible right now. All right, next up I will go for, let's see, we can't get a tree. I can't access the house. Wasn't there a 4-point landscape? Yeah, but it wants 2 houses, haha. Now it's a tree and 2 landscape things, or 2 ground cards that I have, so that's good. Maybe I should come over here. What needed a beetle? Oh, that peregrine falcon needed a beetle. So let's do that, because we have plenty of amphibians. We're swimming in amphibians. So I'm gonna, well, let's get the one worth points first. No, let's do this first. Let's take because that'll use my 1, and then that leaves me my wild token. So I'm going to just play this ground card right away and replace that card. Look, it's a rock. That gives us the 2 rocks that are needed for that house. So I'm going to be looking for that. So it's Rival's turn. Turquoise 1 wants to go here, so they have to come over and go here, and they're going to take these. Now, if I were back home in Washington State, I would call these wood ear mushrooms, but I'm sure they're not. Let's look them up. C45. Here, I'm just going to leave this here. This was Rival's card. Sulfur polypore. A tree attacked by this fungus rots within a few years. So it saps the life from the tree. That's going to go to Rival. That's appropriate. All right. And oh, look at that. Requires 3 grass. I don't have 3 grass. I don't think I've ever had 3 of 1 ground card. Okay, it's my last one. Oh, blocked our ability to get that falcon up there, but I can get the rock, and I'm going to do that. That's my wild token, and I'm going to get that rock and play it. Now, this is most ground cards I think I've ever had. No, it's 8. I've had 8 before. It's rare. But okay, so it's starting to encroach on my hand where I'm putting my hand. All right. Okay, so I think that's it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Rival and 5 for me. So move our hiker. We are going into round 5. Oh, I forgot to replace that card. I was so excited to get those rocks. Okay, we have our eye on that house. I'm going to go for that first since that is the only house we have seen so far. But Rival always gets to go first. And they got a yellow 4. Don't take the house. Yay, it's going to take this wetlands right here. Okay, replace that card. And now I'm going for that house. So I can use a 3 from here, a 2 from here, or a 4 from here. I think I want to keep my 2 just in case I need to go after this cat. With a 2 from over here, so keep my 2 and my 1. So let's use the 3. Actually, let's use the 4. Let's use the 4 for that house. Woo, I have a house, and I can play it right away. I've already got another beetle. I don't have anything that requires 2 beetles. I do have 2 things that require beetles, though, but that one also requires an amphibian, so I'll just play that right there, right away. Now we have a house, so now I think we are to the point where we could play any of these cards on my next turn. I think they're all viable right now. That one requires, yep. Okay, so replace that card. All viable for now anyway, until I cover stuff up. All right, Rival's turn. Rival is going to put that there. Oh, and take that beautiful hummingbird moth. 3-pointer. And oh, look at that awesome owl. All right, next up is me. So I wanted to get that cat because I'm going to be able to have the 2 paws. Do I have a bird? I need a bird. Oh, I covered up my bird with my berries a long time ago, but here's this bird. That bird requires a larva. Oh, dear. Well, we can always pay for a bird. That's a 4-point card, so let's go for it. 2, use our 2 for that. Put that over there. Okay, and now I don't have anything else that requires fungus. We're getting close to the end of the game, so I'm okay with covering up this fungus with this amphibian, and that's that. Next, it's Rival's turn. They got a red 3, so that comes here. They're taking our 4-point landscape, the one that I laughed at because it requires 2 houses, but that's 4 points for Rival. That's no good. 3-point landscape that requires bird of prey. So raptor of some sort. And there is one there that I could get. Oh, I don't have a tree. There's a tree there, but I don't want a 3rd one of those. I think I've got as many ground cards as I kind of want. So there's that. Oh, let's put that there. Did I take that one first? I think this was supposed to go here, and this was supposed to go here. That requires 2 flowers. No chance of that right now. All right, now it is my turn because Rival's gone 3 times. I've only gone twice. So what do I want to do? I think I want to play 2 of these cards. So, and by playing 2 of these cards, oh no, I covered up my fungus. Oh, if this were a live playthrough, you guys would have yelled at me. We need fungus for goals. That's 2 goal locations. So we're going to have to keep our eye out for another fungus. So this is where it comes in handy to look at the distribution. So if we look here, the mushrooms are on east cards, but there's only 1 to 2 of them. I don't think we've seen them yet, though. And then the south card we don't have anymore, so the north cards there's only 3 to 4. We haven't seen any come out. But man, that deck is pretty big. We're not going to see most of it, so that's how big that deck is. We're not guaranteed to see a fungus. Oh, how silly of me. Well, we can at least do a house and a fence, and I might be able to do that, except I have to cover up my house to get my fence. Oh, but this fence requires a tree. Oh, man, I really want those goals. But that tree and that tree are leaf litter, and I don't need 3 leaf litter. I need 3 grass if I want to do that one. I think I'm going to do a landscape card. It's only worth 2 points. So I was thinking of, oh, I already used my 4, so I can't play 2 cards. So actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll use this 3 to come over. Oh, do I want to go to the campfire? Can't claim a goal, so I don't really want to go to the campfire. Oh man, I need another landscape card. I need to get some roads. Or I don't know what to do. You know, I'm just going to come over here, hope that I get another landscape card, and take this. Well, that's going to, what else do I have that needs berries? My badger needs berries. Maybe, no, the house, everything needs a house. I'm just going to take this souvenir card in the hopes that I get another landscape card soon. Okay, and I want to play a card. Oh, hey, there's a fence that requires a house. Fences and houses are often mutually exclusive to be showing at the same time. That's why that fence is pretty awesome. Okay, so I need to cover up one of my butterflies, I think, and play this really cute little small mammal. It looks kind of like our chipmunks that we have here, but I'll bet it's a European species. Anyway, we're going to play this right here. So I've gone 3 times, Rival's gone 3 times. It's Rival's turn. They get a question mark. They're going to come up to the campfire. Now it's my turn. I have a 3 and a wild token. So with my 3, raptor, I don't have a raptor yet, but I think we'll be able to get one. So let's go here and get this landscape card. I'm going to have to get some more roads. And let's play this 4-point card requires 2 small mammals. I have 2 showing, so let's do that for now. We'll cover that up because I don't have anything else that requires 2 small mammals. That requires 1, that requires 1, and a house. And that requires 1, so we'll replace that card. Ooh, it's a 4-pointer. 2 grass, which I don't have. It's like the only thing I don't have 2 of. Literally. Well, wetlands. I don't have wetlands. Oh, man. But we could pay for that. Where does this go? Right here. Okay, well, anyway, 4-point card. I get really excited about 4-point cards. So I have gone, I've played my card, and now it is Rival's turn. They got a turquoise 3, which wants to go here and take this really cute squirrel and be a fungus. Nope. 3-point landscape card that needs 3 things that I don't have. All right, and now my turn, so I can place this here, here, or here to get, we need a raptor. That needs a beetle, an amphibian, and a small mammal. That one requires a tree, so we don't have a tree. Probably not going to get a tree, so let's take this, I think it's a peregrine falcon. And we could actually play this right now on one of our amphibians. So let's play that right there. And replace that. Oh, it's another 4-pointer. It has 2 leaf litter. We have an amphibian. Beetle. We could get a beetle as soon as we have a house to play that fence. And a larva. I have no larva. Problem. But I have lots of cards. So that was Rival. That's it. That was all 5 turns for the round for both of us. Okay, Rival go. Oh, and we are going into the last round. So I have 5 more turns. I have 6 cards. I need roads. I have this one. Let's think about what needs to happen here. I have this one landscape card that needs to be played before I can play that, which means I need, oh, and I have my raptor out, so I should probably play that soon, although these rarely get covered up. So I don't need to worry so much, I just need to make sure it gets played. What's worth the most points? This badger is worth the most points, and it's such a cute face, but man, they could be vicious. It needs berries, which I have, a beetle, which I have, and nothing else requires a beetle. That requires an amphibian, which I also have, and that is an amphibian. So actually, and that's only worth 2 points. So this is our priority points-wise. Okay, so Rival goes first. Turquoise 4 comes up here and takes that fence that doesn't require a house. Maybe we'll get another one. Nope, 2-point landscape card. All right. I am out of luck, I think, on these. I've never not gotten a goal on the campfire board. I guess we'll see how well that works out for winning. Okay, my turn. So I need to, so here's some things I need to do. I need roads. I need to play 2 cards. And maybe I should look at cards before I play 2 cards. I don't know if I want to just go to the campfire board. I have a lot of cards over here that need to be played. I don't necessarily need more cards. I do need 2 roads, so I'm going to come here. It kills me that I can't claim any of those goals. Okay, I can't play a card when I go to the board. That's the campfire, so that's the only problem with going there. The only way to play a card if you go to the campfire board is to come to this bench, and then that's all you do is play a card, so you may as well go to the main board. All right, Rival's turn. They get a red 2, which comes over here, takes this 3-point landscape that I wouldn't be able to get anyway. And, oh, this is probably one of my very favorite cards. I love the look on that little guy's face. What is this? C32. Common hamster. The European wild hamster stores supplies underground. It collects food in its large cheeks, takes it to an underground burrow and stores it for the winter. A hamster needs about 1 to 1.5 kilograms of food to survive the winter. So that's, for those of you in the United States, that is about 2 to 3 pounds, I think. Something like that. I think a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Okay, so now it's Rival's turn. They got a yellow 3, which goes here and takes this owl. And, oh, nope, that's a landscape card we can't get. We were thinking about getting one of these trees, but we don't need that anymore. It's kind of late in the game to be getting landscape cards, or ground cards, I mean. Okay, so maybe I need to play 2 cards. I think that's what I want to do. I just want to play 2 cards. I'm going to play my badger, right? Does anything else require a beetle? Just my snake, and I can use my amphibian for that, so let's cover up our beetle. Like so. Okay, and then my second card I'm going to play is going to be this 3-point landscape card. So flip over one of these roads and put that there. So, all right, now it's Rival's turn. So I just did that campfire action. Can't claim any goals. You hear me complain about that the whole time. This wants to go here, this red 3, but it can't. So it's going to come over here and take the common hamster that's oh so adorable. All right, and North Berries, oh, which I could get. It's a 3-point card. That might be worth it. So that is a 3. Let's do that. That gives me berries, which you don't really need, but, and then I'm going to play another 3-point card. I'm going to play this souvenir that requires berries. Play that right there. All right, Rival's turn. They get a turquoise 2, which comes over here. And oh, look at this awesome bumblebee. That is pretty amazing with the red and the orange. What is that, CO3? That's what Rival's getting. Let's just put that there and look that up real quick. I love this, the fact that they include information about all these species. That is so much fun. Garden bumblebee, Bombus hortorum. The garden bumblebee has a very large tongue, which allows it to draw nectar from deep flowers that other insects cannot access. And no doubt when it does that, it gets covered, its little head gets covered with pollen, almost certainly. Okay, there we go, replace that card. A landscape card that I can't get anyway. Would be nice to use that road. I could always do that one for 2 points as a last resort. Oh, I didn't replace that. 3, 2 paws. I don't have those showing anymore. Okay, that was Rival. So now it is my turn. I have 2 turns left. And I already did the thing where I can play 2 cards. So I'm only going to be able to play 2 of these. I would like to play both of these ones that give me 3 points, right? Unless I can get a 4-point one off of here that I can play, which I can't because I don't have 2 grass. I do have 2 leaf. I do have an amphibian. I covered up my beetle. Oh, I don't have a larva anyway. That's okay. So there's no 4-point card out here that I could play, but I could. Which one did I think that I would be able to do? It was a 3-point card. I think it was the starling. Nope, because that requires a larva. Oh, either we took it or, oh, maybe it was this one. It was maybe, I think those look like black currants. We've got black currants in our yard. I guess I will just use this one to get this landscape card. I mean, I'm not going to really play it. Oh, but wait a second. I have 2 cards I'm not going to use. Where's that 4-pointer? Let's use this to get that 4-pointer. It requires 2 grass, either an amphibian or a beetle. I have the amphibian. It requires berries, which I have. I do have 1 grass. I don't have the other grass, but I have these 2 cards. Ironically, one of them's a fence. Look, I already have a house. But I have these 2 cards to make up for my missing grass. And so, don't cover up the paw. But other than that, I can really cover up anything. So I guess we'll cover up this. Oh wait, it has to be something that this needs. So I could cover up my berries. Let's do that. And I discard these 2 cards. So one goes to the south deck and one goes to the west deck. All right. Oh, that's great. That was 4 points. Okay, Rival's last turn is a question mark. That's awesome. He takes last campfire space. This is a 1, so, I mean, it doesn't really matter where I go because what I'm going to do is play one of these 2 3-point cards. Doesn't really matter which one I play. This one needs the house, and I've been talking about houses this whole game, so I may as well use it, right? Okay, so that leaves me 2 cards and a road that didn't get used. Almost represent wasted turns. All right, we are done. So now we go to final scoring. So let's see. Let's count up Rival's cards first to see what we need to beat. Let's just take out these East cards really quick. East cards are not worth any points. Let's move some of this out of the way. Oh, it kills me I didn't get any goals. So I'm just going to put these in stacks of 10. So Rival got 10, 20, 30, 40, 52. Rival has never gotten, usually Rival when I play has 40 some points. So that is really unusual that it got so many points. Wow. Okay, well, let's count my cards. Oh no, this is not looking good. 3, 6, 10. Oh, we are going to beat him. Oh, barely. Wow, that's the closest game I've had. 10, 20, 30, 40, 53 points for me, 52 points for Rival. So there you have it, folks. Very close solo game. And unfortunately, 50-some points is actually, I've been doing pretty good lately. So that's one of my lower scoring games. So that's what being distracted does to me. Solo scoring table, it says it says amazing species. The memories of this trek will stay with you for a long time. If we had managed to break 60, it would have said your collection is worth displaying, but I guess it's not, so we won't. What do I like about this game? I like the combination of having to think ahead, to plan ahead what symbols you're going to need, what symbols you currently have, what's going to get covered up. It's a really fun little puzzle. Quite a bit thinkier than the really beautiful, relaxing artwork would have you think going into it. I love this mechanism of choosing cards where you choose, a row or a column, and then you count in the number that's on your token. This actually gets used also in Quadropolis, which is another game that I really like. I don't know, I'm sure other games use it, not any that I've played. I like the fact that you are limited in your actions and you can only play cards when you go to the board, so it makes playing cards sort of a very valuable thing. The solo game is quite good. The AI is super easy. The hardest thing to do is shuffle those silly path tokens. And if I get a bag to put them in, then that'll solve that problem. So I won't have to do the shuffling. Really, I know this game took a little longer because I was looking up some of the species, but I really enjoy doing that. That's another reason I like this game. I really, really like that they provide this card index that gives you, information about all of these different species. It's just really nice that they do that. So I really like this game. This could really rocket up there to be one of my favorites. It's an easy setup because the box, let's grab this box. This insert is amazing. So to put this away, I need to put all the cards where they belong, but you just take these card holders and stick them in there. And these path tokens just all would be collected, gathered up, and put in there. Put your round tracker there. And I'm going to put my first player marker there. I didn't even point these out. It comes with these envelopes that you open up. So actually, I'm releasing Meadow this week because, I can't get that out. One of these, I can't remember which one, you open on the first day of spring. And so that is, as I record this, it's going to be just a few days from now, our first day of spring. So let's see which one of these cards which one of these packs I open. Envelope X. So this will add new cards to the game. Envelope T, you open after you visit a national park. Envelope U, open at the end of any game that has at least 5 wolf symbols visible among all player areas. That probably won't happen in a solo game, but could happen in a multiplayer game. And then W, long unseen, after a trip to a forest where you saw a wild animal. That's when you'll open this. And then Y, the one that I can't get out right now. Christmas, open on the 24th of December, so it'll be a while for that one. But that's kind of fun because it adds some new things to the game. And so this insert's really nice. And what I wanted to point out about that is it makes setup really quick. And so you can really get a solo game out of this very quickly. So anyway, that was a solo game of Meadow. And let me know what you thought down in the comments. I really, really love hearing from you guys. And if there's any other games that you want to see on the channel, any that you see behind me, you'll have to go back to the beginning of the video to see that. Let me know that, and that'll help me plan which videos to release every week. And so that is all I have for you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.